Okay, hello everybody. This is Gwen at Miss G's Crafting, etc. I'm going to try to do this video. It's going to be a short video, not a lot to be done, but I'm going to give you an idea how to start a project and make a necklace or a magnet. I make magnets with these, what I'm going to show you. I have these glass domes that you can buy at the dollar store, you know, where they have for the flowers and stuff like that. Or they're cheap at the dollar store than they are at Michael's or Hobby Lobbies. And they're usually the size of a quarter or larger. And this is what I'm going to show you how to work with to make a pendant, or you can use the earrings, or you can put a magnet on the back of it. Okay, I'm going to show you what you need. You'll need some decoupage. I'm using the gloss. You're going to need some clear nail polish. And you're going to need, I use black nail polish, shiny. It's whichever color you want to use on the back. But you're going to use that as the last product. I clean my glass domes off with the nail polish remover and just use a clean rag to do that. I use a sponge, a light sponge, to apply the Mod Podge to the back of the dome before hearing the picture. And this is one of the items that I made. If you can see it, it is the Lord's Supper. And it's under the glass dome, and it's a necklace. And these are my paper beads that I make myself as well. But this is a glass dome, and on the back, you can see it has black nail polish. And also I make the bells myself and attach them to the back of the dome once I've completed them with E6000. But you can use your choice, or you can buy the bells, but I like making the bells myself. Okay, so I'm going to start it. I may have to stop because the process is a little long. I wait a day before I start adding nail polish, and because it takes a good coat for if you want a good product. So again, this is a pendant necklace that I'm going to make, but you can use it to make magnets with your picture of your children or whatever. I use things from magazines that I throw out. You get all those magazines with different photos and all that, or you get cards in the mail. In this case, I've got postcards in the mail in magazines, and I just cut the pictures out and adhere them to my domes. So we're going to start part one of this, okay? Again, just bear with me. I'm trying to get this in because I promised you guys I'd have a video at least once a month. And this is, again, is something that I do make myself. And everything here is handmade. The beads, the bell, and everything else is done, of course, by me. And it's generally only one of a kind. So we're going to get started. This is a glass bead. We're going to clean it. Move this over to the side. I have a miscellaneous piece of material here that I use. And I'm going to clean the back of it real good before I add my Mod Podge to the back of it. I clean it. Sometimes you have fingerprints. You don't want any fingerprints when you adhere your picture or of your child or whatever you're going to put on here. I even do just glitter and add the clear on top of that, and then my backing. It makes a nice looking necklace or pendant. Okay, that should be pretty clean. I'm cleaning outside as well. Okay, clean outside and this side as well. Okay, this is the picture I cut off the postcard. It's a picture of Jesus. I'm sorry, it's a nice picture. It's not a black or white Jesus, which is fine. He seems to be floating. So this is what I'm going to work with. This over here, and here's my Mod Podge. I just like, they say, I watched this a couple years ago now, and they do the matte Mod Podge. I just like the clear, so I add a dab of that to here, not too much, because you don't want to have to work too hard to spread it out. And I'm using my brush, and I'm just going to spread it out, because this is going to adhere the picture to the glass dome, and then it's going to dry clear and your picture will be very visible. And it's just I enjoy making these. I can't remember the young lady. I want to look her up and see, because she did crafting on Monday. It's been a couple of years. I'm sure she's still out there, because most everybody who started. I'm a senior citizen, and this is what I do now just to relax and keep my pressure down. Just, and it does keep my pressure down, believe it or not, just doing these things. Okay, I think I got enough on there now. I'm going to take my picture. I generally cut these out the shape of the dome first, because you want to make sure that it's looking really good through it. And I always use the pointy end up, because they do kind of shape up. So I use the point, make sure the pointy end that shapes up. But you can use your own judgment on that. Then I press. And I press this to here. And as you press it, make sure there's no bubbles. And you can turn it over as long as you don't, move it around. And you press it. And it takes a few minutes to dry. But when you rub your heat on with your fingers, it kind of helps it dry and adhere to it. So that's what I'm doing right now. And when I do this, I do a couple of layers of Mod Podge on the back and let it dry. Or I do a couple layers of clear nail polish. You can also use the nail polish on the front, but the nail polish doesn't adhere as well as the Mod Podge, because the Mod Podge also seals out water, where the clear nail polish really it doesn't. I've had a couple of items I've made, and I found that out, so they didn't make a good product. But the more I've done these, and I've done quite a bit of them, people seem to like them. So I don't do magnets. But I've seen people who like to put magnets on the refrigerator. Again, I'm a senior. My grandkids are past magnets, and I'm past having magnets all over my refrigerator. But there's still people who like to do these crafts and buy magnets to hold things up, and they like to have their pictures in it. I've done some with photos for family members, and had requests. But again, to do those, you got to make sure you don't use the originals. Okay. And there we go. Now he's down, and again, like I say, it's gonna dry clear. Right now, it may look a little, but it's still good to show you. It's gonna dry clear, and then when it dries, we're gonna cut, which I can do now. Let me find my small scissors. Okay, I got some little bitty. Yep. Okay, there you go. Okay, I got my little bitty scissors. And what you're doing, you're cutting off the edges of the paper. It makes it easier when you start using the Mod Podge to adhere and make it where nothing gets under it. Even the nail polish that you use for the backing. You want to make sure that it's nice. I'm sorry, so you can see it. I'm seem to have a problem looking up. I don't look at the camera as much as I look down at what I'm doing. I'll make sure that you can see that I am cutting around edges. And you want the edges clean. You don't want any jagged edges. Because when you sit it down, you'll be able to see it. Again, this is looking pretty. It's starting to dry. And, all right, very good. Again, it's starting to dry, which is really good. And for your brushes, try to clean your brushes off. I know they only cost $1. But when you use a corner of it, it's better than using the whole thing. Especially for this project, you can use it to get one or two more uses out. At least I try to. As you know that I'm a recycler person. I like to recycle things. I recycle paper, make paper beads. I recycle jeans, any kind of material, anything that I can do, cans. And I try to see what I can make, what I can do with that item. I look at it and think about it. I'm not a jewelry person. Most people think I am. I do jewelry. It's just sometimes I see things that click in my mind quicker. But I have a lot of other things that I'm working on that hopefully I'll be able to show. I sew things, but I can't really see myself doing the sewing things on YouTube because it'd be too long. So I'm trying to think of shortcuts where I can show you and maybe picture and then show you. So I'm still working on that. So just bear with me. Okay, we're gonna, while this is like this, I'm gonna do the next step so you can see. The next step is to put the decoupage on the back, very lightly, like I said, very lightly, because you don't want to have to, I think that was a little too much right there. But anyway, we're gonna hold it down, just like I'm doing this, and hold it down. And then you're gonna spread it out. And what this is gonna do, it's gonna give a nice, clean, slick backing. So when it dries, when I add the when I add the nail polish to it, it'll actually stick better and last longer. It won't wear off. And that's what I found out that you don't want it to wear off, because I spent a lot of time adding layers of this to the back of my pendants, and I need a slick surface just so it will not, and I try to get the edges because I don't want anything to get up under the edges. And I don't have a problem with doing that, because you can always go later if you got them if any gets on the glass like too far down. You can use a little nail polish on a Q-tip and work your way from the glass but to the edge, but you don't saturate the edges. Okay, that defeats the purpose of making it water sealant. Okay, sorry I heard that noise. It must be Shakira, the cat down here. My grandgirl's cat is here, and she's probably just being busy. I'm talking a little loud, but I don't mean to. Now, let's see. So now the back is onto that. And again, you'll do this twice. I do it 3 times. I like to really have it done. And once you do that, okay, I'm trying to clean my brush because I don't want my brush that I got with it, but you can't see it, which is cool. Okay, once this is dry, then we're going to add the nail polish. Okay, and I like this nail polish is black, so even with black, or it gives it a better backing, I like to add something like glittery. And this particular nail polish has little specks of iridescent in it. And then I usually add like a silver. I have a little silver here. This is silver sparkles that you can just add to the black. And that add a lot of things on the back, so actually gives it a very, very good look. Let me see what's on the back of this. Yeah, because you can see, this is what I added to this one. You see, it's got a sparkle to it. And these are gold flecks on the back of this. This gold flecks, and it's covered with decoupage again, hard nail polish. And if you look at the bell there, I like to show you how to make the bell, but I've been teaching myself how to do these for a couple of years, and I haven't got a real good pattern down on how to do it yet, because I make them by hand, but not so much by 1, 2, 3 steps. Okay, which makes the things I do make one of a kind and interesting and worth having. But anyway, that's the iridescent. So that's how it's going to look when I finish on the back. Okay. Now, I know I'm rushing to show you. I just want to let you to see all the steps. But with the timeline, you will wait. I usually wait. I adhere the picture to the glass dome. I let it dry for a little while. Then I again add the decoupage to it. And then I add, after I think it's not tacky, well in this case it's not tacky, it seems to be drying pretty quick. Once I feel it's not tacky, then I'll add the nail polish. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add the nail polish in a few moments. I got 14 minutes. I'm going to add the nail polish in a few moments. And then my rule of thumb is to wait a day before adding another layer of black or whatever color you choose nail polish on the back. Okay, after that second day, then, or in this case in 4 hours or 2 hours, we'll say just let it sit for a couple of hours, and then you're going to add another layer of black nail polish or whatever color you use. And then in another couple of hours, you're going to add your glitter if that's what you want to do and make it, a little fancy on the back. Or you can go ahead and use your E600. Is that E600 or E900? I'm sorry, baby. E600, I believe that's what that is. Yeah, E6000. You're going to use that to put a magnet on the back if that's what you prefer, because it's going to detect how you want to use your pendant. Okay, so right now I'm going to do that process and show you how we just simply apply the black nail polish. Again, wait a couple of hours for it to dry before you add another coat. And you see it's writing on the back. This is why I add so many coats to it, because I'm using paper. And I like to use the decoupage because it actually makes the paper waterproof. And it also takes the nail polish very easily once it's dry. In this case, it's really still taking it. And it's covering the words that are on the paper. And this is why you use so many. I use at least 3 layers. Waterproof. It's already waterproof with the decoupage cup. You can use 2 layers of decoupage, wait a couple more hours, and then start using nail polish. Black, that's fine. You do not want any words if you're using something like I do for the magazines or postcards. You don't want any words showing. If any of your nail polish gets on the glass areas, you just want to use a Q-tip with a little nail polish remover and wipe the areas without getting to the edges. Now the edges again will be waterproof because you use your decoupage. Your decoupage is very good at keeping water from seeping under. And where the cardboard or the picture you're using is white edges, you want your nail polish to go all the way to the white edges. Just like the decoupage. You want to take everything to the white edges of your cardboard. Again, because that acts as your sealer. And again, if I can't say it enough, if it goes past that onto the glass, what you want to do is use a Q-tip, not a cloth. A Q-tip lets you control the areas where you have to remove without taking it off the edges of the card or of the dome. You don't want to ruin your sealant as well. Now this is pretty good. You can hardly see the words. Again, it's going to take another coat and it's going to have to dry. So at this, I'm going to say, after at least 2 coats, you determine when you want to do your next coat. Me, I go upstairs and I come back down the next day because I don't do things in a hurry because I stand behind what I make. And I like that person, whoever gets this, to really enjoy it, not worrying about it falling apart, getting wet, anything, words showing, things like that. So once I do this, I'm just making sure. I love the glitter. I don't know if you can see it, but even now it's shining. Okay. Once I get my nail polish on here the way I want it, I'm going to leave it like this. And then I'm going to come back later on and I'm going to add another coat. One more coat to this before I add my glitter. I'm going to add at least 1 or 2 more coats to this before I add my glitter. Once you add your glitter, your glitter nail polish or your flex, if that's what you choose to do, you're going to let it also dry completely before you add your heart. Okay? Your bell or your magnet is the last thing you add. Okay? You want to make sure, but you want to make sure everything is dry. This is why I do things within a day to the next day and the next day. Okay, sometimes I do like three of these. So I'll have like a little assembly line. It'll all be ready. The next day I just have to, coat everything on the back. And then the next day that way I have 3 done. So by that time I'm making the bells, maybe upstairs at the kitchen table, getting them ready to add on once I know everything is coated and ready to for the next step. Again, do at least 3 coats. Again, at least 1 or 2 coats of your decoupage on the back once you adhere to your glass dome. At least 3 coats of this. Each coat must be dry before you apply the next coat. It's up to you how long you want to wait before you do the next coat or when you finish the product. Then after that, you can add your sparkles if that's what you choose to do. And if not, you can go and put at least 2 coats of clear nail polish, top coat. Not hard as nails, not clear polish, but top coat. It does seem to seal better than, because top coat, when you put on your, makes your nails last longer. And it does make the polish on the back of the dome last long. And with the decoupage and the nail polish and 2 coats of the top coat, it's a great sealer and it's gonna last a very long time. After that, and everything is dry completely, which in my case 24 hours to 48 hours, depends on how you're making it. You're going to add your magnet, if you choose to, using the E6000, or you can stop and you can buy bells at Michael's or a home Hobby Lobby and glue them to there to create your necklace, and just add your cord like I did. And my cord in this case, I recycle everything. This happens to be a shoestring. You know how they make those shoestrings? They're so stiff now. They make great cords for things like this. And you just get the findings for your necklace and do that. So again, I'm going to put this on, I'm going to stop this recording, and then I'm going to go back and finish. But those are your steps for that. And you should have a great pendant by the time you finish. And in this case, I got it upside down. I'm just not trying to get, but it's a great pendant to add a bell. Let's do it like that. There you go. Yep. And then on the back, trying to hold it very neatly like that. Okay. So good luck with that, and hopefully you had fun and you can take it one step further. And hopefully I'll have these ready for you, and I'll maybe can do a part 2 to this. Okay, just those who think they want to see every step. Okay, so I'm going to let this dry, and I'll catch you next go around. So have a great day, and if you like these, please go to my Facebook page, Miss G Crafting, etc. at Facebook.com, okay? Or vice versa, Facebook.com/Miss G's Crafting, etc. Okay, and I have videos there. You can go on YouTube and find me. Just type in Miss G and it'll all come up. I hope to have you subscribe to my channel. And again, I hope to get a little more better at what I've done. Things are settling down around me. So hopefully I can get back in the swing of things. I'll talk to you later. Have a great day. Goodbye.